All right, leaders, now let's talk about the logistical importance of small group discipleship. See, here's the thing. According to the Bible, pastors were never intended to do all of the ministry. Ephesians 4:12 says that the pastor's responsibility is to equip God's people to do his work and to build up the church, the body of Christ. So see, right here in this verse, God's people are the ones doing the work. They're the ones doing the ministry. And when this happens, the church is built up. It's the pastor's responsibility to equip God's people, to release God's people to do the work of the ministry. So really what this means today is that small groups are a logistical necessity. We see this also in Exodus 18, when Moses was overwhelmed with leading the Israelites. It says that when Moses' father-in-law saw all that he was doing for the people, he asked, "What are you really accomplishing here? Why are you trying to do all of this alone while everyone stands around you from morning till evening?" That sounds a lot like how some churches work these days. And he said this is not good. You're going to wear yourself out, and the people too. This job is too heavy a burden for you to handle all by yourself. And then look at what Jethro says. He says, teach them God's decrees and give them his instructions. He's not saying that Moses doesn't have a role to play. He says, show them how to conduct their lives. But look at what he says next. But select from all the people some capable, honest men who fear God. Appoint them as leaders over groups of 1,000, 100, 50, and 10. And he said this, they will help you carry the load, making the task easier for you. See, Jethro is teaching Moses the logistical necessity of small groups and small group leadership. And he says in verse 23, if you follow this advice, then you will be able to endure the pressures, and all these people will go home in peace. And the same is true for every church or ministry today. Small groups allow for healthy, unbounded growth. If small groups are working right, nobody's going to look to the superstar pastor to meet all the needs. In fact, the small group leaders will be essentially the pastors for the people. And this will allow us to avoid a Sunday-only type of culture where people come from week to week, once a week, just to get fed and to get fat, and never to really grow, and never to really apply God's truth in their everyday life. This is the logistical importance of small group discipleship. And if you can get this right, you can have a culture of discipleship in your church or ministry.